From the heart of the city, straight to your radio. Honest, intimate, real. This is where love gets real and real gets deep. It's not just talk, it's the Love Talk Show. Are you ready? Then let's dive in right now.
A very good evening to all of you. The Love Talk Show is coming back this Monday. And today, Andrea, good evening for you too. Today we are going to talk about getting married young.
You are telling me good evening, but it's out of politeness because we are together all the time.
Yes.
We're just here together. But thank you for that. And it's a reminder to tell to everyone that is listening to us a very good evening. And it's a huge pleasure to be here with you, sharing all about intelligent love.
So the topic, getting married young.
Oh, you are already unveiling the topic, getting married young. And I do relate with this topic because I got married when I was on my 20s. I was 20 actually, and Peter was 21. So we were just not kids. Let's not call ourselves kids, but we were really young.
Well, let's listen to this report, and we are going to talk about getting married young. What are the advantages of getting married young? Please, if you have in your family, in your group of friends, someone who sometimes is arguing or talking about this, let them know that we are going to talk here in the Love Talk Show about this subject.
Today we're challenging conventional wisdom. In a world that tells us to finish school, build a career, buy a house, and travel the world before we even think about settling down, is there a hidden beauty and immense advantage to getting married young? Many people say you need to find yourself first. But what if finding yourself with a partner makes the journey better? There is something genuinely extraordinary about growing up and building a life with someone from day one. Imagine looking back decades from now and knowing that the person by your side saw you through the good moments, the bad moments, career changes, and personal growth. They were there to offer support, to be a sounding board, and to share every single triumph and failure. This creates a deep bond, a shared history that a couple who meet later in life can't replicate. When you get married young, you learn to navigate life's challenges as a team. You face financial struggles, job losses, and personal problems with a unified front. While the person who waits is accumulating life experiences, often a series of short-term relationships, and accumulating trauma, the young couple is building a resilient, long-term foundation. The person who chooses to do it alone might succeed, but they do so without a consistent, unwavering pillar of support. The Bible provides many examples of successful relationships that began at a young age, inspiring us to believe in their viability. The statistics offer an interesting perspective on this debate. According to a 2015 study cited by the Institute of Family Studies that used data from the National Survey of Family Growth, couples who married in their mid-20s often have strong outcomes. A separate 2018 study reported in The Atlantic found that while getting married later can increase financial stability, it can also decrease flexibility and the ability to adapt to a partner's life plans. How can you know if getting married young is the right path for you? Are you ready to build a life with someone from the ground up? Or are you letting societal pressures to achieve it all first prevent you from building a lasting, supportive partnership? We'll help you find clarity on how to build a lasting, supportive relationship, whether you choose to marry young or later in life. Stay tuned.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And when we talk about getting married, it's always nowadays, especially nowadays, it's it's a very big question, and sometimes the opinions are different among family members, among friends, even concerning to get married. But in today's program, we wanted to bring and to put the bar a little bit higher and talking about getting married early. Because when we talk, obviously, we are talking about a couple who will know each other. It's not an arranged marriage. It's not an illegal marriage. Obviously, we are talking about two adults, but they are young in age, and what could be the advantages or not in getting married young, and is this of growing together true? Are they too young or immature and not prepared to get married? What do you think about this? Do you think that a person should taste all the flavors that are out there and that take a decision? Should have his or her own life before and then assume this commitment, or should be something that the person is going to build from the scratch and from the beginning, let's say it, and together they can build something in the future?
This can sound a little bit awkward nowadays, because if people are listening to us and we were sharing how old we were when we got married. I was on my 20s, I was 20 actually, and my husband was 21. People might ask, but haven't they studied? Didn't they have their own plans to accomplish? They got married so young, because nowadays people even get married young. If they do, if the girl falls pregnant, for example, even amongst my family, and this was 28 years ago, my family, because I was getting married young, they thought that I was pregnant, and until today we didn't have children. It was still going on. No, we were not pregnant, so it was a choice.
No, you were not.
Usually they say the couple is pregnant,
Okay.
not just because we are going to have a child together. But no, that was not the case. We're still here, loving each other in honeymoon, in like we usually say. But no, that was not the case, and we made that choice. We were fully aware of what we were doing. We had a life. We had a life before, of course, and we grew up, or we grew more mature together. Yes, because 20 years old, we had our own experiences already. We brought a luggage because we both came from broken households, and for us it was beneficial. I don't know about people's opinions. We are about to hear them, but for us it was beneficial. And we usually say that I'm with my husband for longer than I was with my family, because we are married for 28 years now, and I got married when I was 20 years old. So I am with my husband. So he can say that he knows me much better than my family members by now, for sure.
Well, Andrea, for sure, some questions are coming up, and the financially, are they ready to be together?
Professionally,
can they afford to have a life together? Is not there the fear of missing out with so much entertainment out there, with so many things throughout the world? Isn't this person losing much? What are the risks of this couple to remain together? Well, we went outside as always. A reporter went and asked people about this topic. Let's hear what they have to say.
Straight from the people, straight to you. The word on the street.
What are the main advantages of marrying early compared to marrying later?
I would say there aren't any. Everybody should wait and get married later. Then you know you're making the right choices and you can be sure of it, and you don't get into something that you regret later on. Then you just take your time. You can enjoy yourself. You're not committed. Unless you want to have children very early, I would say waiting is always better myself. Maybe you're more committed to each other. You're not in that kind of initial throes of, oh, this is exciting, I'm going to make this major decision. Whereas the older you get, the more experienced you are. Maybe you're sure that you're making the right decision. To me, marriage isn't so important. So I think if you get together early, you're going to have those same emotional connections that are going to get stronger whether you're married or not. So to me, it's not important necessarily to get married at all. But if you want to do it, I'd recommend make sure you're doing it at the right time for the right reasons and wait to be sure.
Well, I think you change a lot over a period of time, so it depends. You need to get to know yourself and your partner. I have lots of friends who got married very early and doing well, so I don't think there's one answer or the other. It's dependent on the situation because you can learn and grow together. But for me, I think I've changed a lot in the last 10-15 years, so actually I think it's better for me to marry later. I think it depends on how long you've been with your partner and your communication, which is the most important thing in any relationship, probably. The ability to be able to talk about things, and I think especially probably for men, we're not necessarily good at talking about emotions sometimes and being vulnerable. I think that's something I've had to get better as I got older. And with my current partner, something we talk a lot about, but I think that helps to grow a much stronger emotional bond. But I don't think in my 20s I was particularly good at that.
Not married at all. I married in 1996. She got deported in 1997, so I never had to see her again, and we're finally getting divorced. So that's a sign of a happy, successful life. I don't believe in the idea of marriage. It's because of the formalization of it. It should just be something personal. You and me walk into a bar and say, we're getting married, and friends come around and say what you want. You should have nothing to do with the law or the government or church. And breaking it shouldn't have to involve paying lawyers thousands and thousands of pounds and losing your homes. So they'd just be simpler. People can marry a second time at 80 and have a companion for the rest of their lives, which is nice. I've got my life partner. Some people will marry earlier because they see the advantages of society gives them. Whereas, otherwise you're doing it on your own.
First of all, you will learn more about each other if you're tolerable. That is, then your kids will be raised early in life if you're blessed with kids. As you grow older, you'll be more like have some close relationships with them. They won't look at you as if the age gap is so much. In as much as marrying early in life has its advantages, like I've mentioned, marrying later in life also has many advantages, because one, the partners will be more established, more ready for marriage. They won't really be relying on each other, especially the woman in question won't be relying on the man as a support or as the one to bear every burden like most women do, because she would have been financially stable, emotionally stable, have experienced, even if not in relationships, she would have experienced things in life that will make her to be ready for settling down in marriage. I believe that early marriages will help couples to grow together because they wouldn't be looking so much at what they have established. They will work together if the two agree. They will work together to achieve things together in life, and this will help the family in general if they start having kids, or even if eventually they don't have kids, because marriage is not all about having kids for some people. It's about a union of being together and helping one another, understanding one another, tolerating one another.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
Well, and you see, as always, different opinions, and this is the beauty of Love Talk Show, because we have people who have a different perspective of the same topic. But in today's Love Talk Show, I would like to share a little bit with you what we have been witnessing and what we are testifying in reality, with people's life. Today, I'm 48 years old, so we have been, and I've been counseling people and dealing with people, and even with Love Life Matters for a while. And the examples, the real life examples that we have are showing us something that it's important for us to pay attention to and to look at. And when the subject is getting married early, we are not defining or deciding here which age a person should get married. So as soon as I become 18, can I get married? As soon as I get 20, can I get married? Or 30, can I get married? Well, as long as you are an adult and you are aware of what you are doing, you can get married whenever you want. But marriage, it's a very, serious decision that you are going to take for life. And when you are marrying someone, you need to understand that this person is going to be with you, and you will be with this person as long as you both are alive. So faithfulness needs to be there, friendship needs to be there, understanding needs to be there, sacrifice needs to be there, and this needs to be understood since the day one or before the day one. This needs to be aware in one's mind that in the future, or from that day onwards, the day of the wedding, this person will be with me. This person will be there under my care. It will be there under my not supervision, but under my friendship, my love, the way that I'm going to protect and to be with this person. And yes, marriage cannot be done, Andrea, only for a good picture and be posted on Facebook, or to have a good party or good feast and look how fancy my feast was, and just display it online and showing off to everyone how wonderful the feast and the wedding was and how beautiful it was. And then 1 week they are divorced or they are not together anymore. Obviously, we don't believe in this. But in our case, I got married when I was 21 years old, and I was fully aware of what I wanted. Among my family, sometimes people, they say, "It is a cultural thing. It's something from your country. It's something that comes from your family." If you ask me, among my family, the majority, they did not get married so young. It's not. To be honest, I got married at this stage, and they respected my decision because I was 21. But in their opinion, I was taking the wrong decision. In their opinion, I was too young at the time to get married, and not going against their will, because that wasn't the case. But they all gave me their opinion, and they say, "Listen, don't you want to think twice? You are only 21 years old and you have an entire life ahead of you." But the truth, Andrea, is I knew exactly what I was going to do. I knew exactly what my goal was, and I knew where I was putting myself in. I didn't know the challenges that were waiting for me. I didn't know what was coming ahead and how much would demand of me to be that partner that best friend, that husband, and vice versa. I didn't know how humbleness would be a very important a very important factor in a relationship. I didn't know how bold we needed to be sometimes to fix our own limitations and changing whatever, not changing, but making ourselves better in a way that this partnership is going to work. But the commitment was there, and this is what I want to share with everyone. The same principles that I have today, I had it 28 years ago. The day that I got married, I knew what I wanted, and I knew that this was for a lifetime. It was, as long as we are alive, is to be together. Obviously, there's always the chance, if she doesn't want me anymore, she is free to get divorced and move on. But as long as we are together, and this I'm talking about myself, and I believe that I can talk about her, we knew exactly what the step that we were taking was. We knew what the marriage was, or the commitment of marriage was. And challenges were coming, difficult moments were coming. But the truth is, today I'm almost 49 years old. And after these years, I see that we could grow together. We were growing together. We were learning together. We were building together. And this is the kind of connection that you cannot build and you cannot have just with the blink of an eye, just with the party, just with the good moment that you are spending out there. This is something that it was built throughout all these years.
It's very important what you are talking about. And while you were talking about these challenges, yes, because we do face challenges of getting married earlier, but it's a good thing because we face them together with the other person. But I was thinking that we've listened to a testimony yesterday, and they've waited. They got married later, not on their 20s, but they were on their late 30s, if I'm not mistaken. They had their own career. They were doctors, and then everything was prepared and everything was nice and beautiful. He was a doctor. She was a lawyer. She was a lawyer. He was a doctor. So they had their own careers. Everything was amazing in the sense of, look at the picture, a beautiful picture on social media. But then on the day that they went to their honeymoon, he said that he didn't want her anymore. He wanted the divorce because he had someone else. So imagine the shock. She saw the red signs. That's why all the time we teach people in the love therapy here, when we come here, in regards to the red signs, because sometimes you disregard a sign that the person is not yet ready. And imagine, he was not on his 20s. He was already an adult. He was already, he had already his own career and everything. So we don't want to compare. We don't want to tell, it's better for you to get married in an earlier age, or no. It's the commitment, like Peter was saying. If you are committed to make that person happy, if you are committed to make the changes that are necessary for you to become a better person and to adjust to each other, so it will work, either if you are 20 or if you are 30.
Someone mentioned in the street interviews, you can get married when you are 80 and still be happy. Yes, and I have nothing against it, and I had the privilege of witnessing that, people getting married at this age and being happy. And they got married at this age, sometimes because they never found anyone before, because they lost the spouse years ago, because they were not happy in previous relationships, and they have the right, and they can be happy in their love life, even if they got married at the age of 80 or 90 or whatever it is. they have the right and they can be happy. And undoubtedly about this, I have no doubts about this. But this is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the advantages of getting married early and building a life together. You see, someone came to me not long ago and they asked me, but and if you die, Pastor, and if you die and your wife gets married with someone else, what do you think?
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
What do you think about this? And I just answered like this: poor of him, not because he got married with her, but because he will never have in 1 month what I did have throughout 28 years, what we were building together, the bond that we have, the connection that we have, the adaptation that we have, the things that we've done together, the years that we were spending together. And in our case, literally, we are spending all day long together. The majority of the day we are together. We are always working together, doing together, going out together. So it's almost literally one for each other. So if this happens one day, that person will need to have what I have. This person will need at least 28 years more. At least 28 years more. So if that happens, Andrea, I'll be in my coffin, rolling and rolling, laughing on you. No, I will not, of course.
What you're saying is we had the best years of each other and we were together to enjoy the best years of each other, and it was good. And you know what I was also thinking, that when you get married early, so you can adjust and adapt, and it's easier because couples who marry young, often they adapt to each other's habits and goals more easily because they're still forming their own. And I find this amazing. Why? Because we counsel, we have one-to-ones with young ladies, young men that are on their 30s and they are not married yet. And the luggage is a little bit more heavy, not to say heavier, than when you are on your 20s. Because we got married on our 20s and the luggage was already a little bit heavy. Why? Because we, again, came from broken households. So we saw a lot. We had to go through a lot. We had to deal with so many challenges, different challenges. And then when we got married, because I was bringing that luggage, although I was a person that I was certain of what I wanted to do with my life, and the same with him. But I was a certain way. I was a little bit bossy because I was brought up like that because of the need. I had to take over my house in a very early age. I was 13 when my mother left. So when I got married, I thought I could boss my husband around, and he was like, no. The first time that I've tried, he was like, no, that's not the way. We are a team. You're not the boss. And that was very good for me because right there and then, we established some boundaries, myself with him, of course, and himself with my own habits that were not good, were not going to be healthy for our marriage. So it's something that is a plus. Let's call it. It's a plus.
More time to understand each other and to help each other to grow, or to help the other grow also. It brings, more energy and flexibility to the marriage. You have shared growth. You have something in common. So it's a plus when you can. When we talk today, when we sit and we talk with men and women in their 20s, and we see the experiences these people already have, the amount of situations and I wouldn't say only problems, but the experiences these people already have in this world, it's something that sometimes we cannot even imagine in our mind, but this is the reality. So even today, when a person is getting married on their 20s or 30s, they are already bringing plenty of experiences, and obviously the adaptation becomes harder, but it's not impossible. I never said that it's impossible, but growing together with a person, it creates a very strong and stronger relationship. Let's listen to this song and then we are coming back.
I can't deny all that I have done. I cannot repay. I made myself blind and turned my face away. How could I earn what I once had gone as lost? I don't deserve it now that I can see the way. All that I am is yours, my body and soul I give you. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. Everything that I can, and even way beyond. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. I can't deny all that I have done. I cannot repay. I made myself blind and turned my face away. How could I earn what I once had gone as lost? I don't deserve it now that I can see the way. All that I am is yours, my body and soul I give you. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. Everything that I can, and even way beyond. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. I give my mind, my soul, and body until I take my final breath. I give my mind, my soul, my body. All that I am is yours, my body and soul I give you. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. Everything that I can, and even way beyond. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. I give my mind, my soul, my body until I take my final breath. I give my mind, my soul, my body until I take my final breath.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio. Real stories, real dilemmas, real solutions. Only on the Dear Love Talk Show.
Can you love your partner and still cheat?
Well, the Love Talk Show received this question: can you love your partner and still cheat? Well, is that possible? Can this happen? Yes, it can happen. It can a person say that I love you, and they sincerely say I love you, but this goes beyond what you say, beyond what a person says. A person, if the person says I love you and cheats, it's showing here that there's a problem with this person's character.
That's the thing, and it's possible. We can ask even another question, different question on top of this, because I believe it's important. Is it possible to forgive? Yes, it's possible to forgive, not to forget, because this can't become a pattern. It exists. We do have people and couples that we work with, that we've counseled before, that went through a betrayal, and they are happily married now. They didn't forget, but they learned how to overcome and not to make out of this situation a wrong decision, a very wrong decision. It's a threat to the marriage, no doubts in regards to this. Is one of the first reasons why people get divorced, and it's a reasonable one, but it's possible to overcome if there was a betrayal, if that doesn't become a pattern, because you can't lower also your standards. If the person comes to you and says, I'm sorry, I've cheated on you, and it was once in a lifetime, it was something that happened, but I really love you and I want our marriage to work, so you can fight against what caused this situation. You go to the root. Why was that? Why did that happen? We do have the love therapy. Stay tuned. We are going to talk about that and how to overcome that type of problem. But it's possible to overcome. It's possible then that the person loves the other one and still commits that mistake. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, but it's possible. But it's also possible to rebuild a marriage when that happens.
Well, if you are listen to us at this moment, and you say I love, so please run away of doing it. Prove to yourself, because once there's betrayal in between a couple, this leave and can mark the relationship in a way that will be it won't be able to repair what was done. So if you really love your spouse, you will work on yourself, you will work on your character in a way that you will never do it. You will never allow your spouse to be under this situation. If unfortunately already happened before, you have to fix yourself, you have to confess your mistake, and if you need help, we are going to be here to help you. The love therapy happens on Thursdays, and the help center is open every single day. You can come and you can talk to us, and as long as we can, we are going to help you, as others have been helped with the seminars of the love therapy.
Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. There's no one closer. You are flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. We are one. I do pledge my life to you forever and always. I will take good care of you and shower you with praise. Others try and separate us, but they don't have a chance. No one can take your place, no, not even one. You are flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. We are one. I do give my life to you today and every day. I will stand right by your side, whatever comes our way. I have searched and searched for someone who'd make my dreams come true, but nowhere else on this earth is there anyone like you. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. There's no one closer. You are flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. We are one. You are flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. No one closer. You are flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. We are one.
I grew up without a father figure. My parents split up when I was 2 years old. I had a lot of female role models because none of them were married. They were very independent. I have male cousins that are very different from me and friends, but because I was so different from them and I was very insecure and quiet to myself, they would bully me quite a bit. I thought to myself, maybe I wasn't meant to be born a guy because all guys look like they're the same and I'm completely different. So maybe I was meant to be born a girl. So I had this kind of mentality at a young age. In my teens, I developed an addiction. My parents didn't know, my sister didn't know about it. So I would mainly watch it on my phone. And I remember when my cousin died as well, that's where I developed a lot of fear of death because he was only 16 when he died and it was a sudden death. It made me fear of the dark. I even had moments of sleep paralysis as well. I would have moments where something was strangling me or so forth during the night. So I had a lot of these internal problems, but on the external, no one would see that I would be going through these problems. I didn't know God at the time at all, but I knew of the Christianity. So I would pray just to God, say, look, my God, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be confused. And I remember I would make this prayer every night before I go to bed, because I knew deep down this is not who I wanted to be. I didn't want to be this Tashan who was confused, who needed acceptance from others, who wanted to fit in. I wanted a happy life. When I was 14, 15, that's when I was invited to the church by a friend. So I went to the church, and at the time it was in the youth group. So my first time in the church was the VYG. I liked the environment. I would see testimonies of people changing, but their story was very different from mine. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm okay, or this is who I was meant to be. I was meant to be this confused Tashan. There was no way out for me. I realized I was a very envious person. I realized I was very jealous towards people in the church. I was very jealous towards people outside. I had to really let go of the past. I had to really, come to that moment and say, look, my God, I'm not good at all. I'm lost and I need help. This time I entered it differently, because I knew it's not just about giving externally, but it was about surrendering internally, and that's what I had to do. I'll go to church as much as often, but I had to let go of the doubts of who I was. I had to let go of the confusion. I had to let go of the addiction. So when I got baptized, that's when I started to seek God for an internal change, for my mind to change. Before I would do wrong things in secret, but now I do what is right with God in secret, because I determined in myself I'm going to receive the Holy Spirit so that I can be truly changed. I really made a decision to surrender my life on the altar to God, because I knew it was from the altar I received the new Tashan. I knew that it wasn't going to be a quick process, because for a while I had that mindset of the old Tashan. So I had to really persevere with God. On a special service, I decided to come with this determination that I'm going to receive the Holy Spirit. And I saw myself as someone that was lost. I saw myself as someone who was nothing, but the Holy Spirit himself makes me become new. And that's where I had more of that desire to please him, to give more to him, to serve him more and better. So I was going love therapy even through my process of receiving the Holy Spirit, because I knew my love life had to glorify God, but my priority was the Holy Spirit. So when I received the Holy Spirit, that's when a couple of months later, been going to love therapy, went to a singles hour session, and that's when I met Erica, who's now my wife.
So I remember the date that I met Tashan. Myself, I was already investing in my love life, because I understood, being born of God, already having the Holy Spirit, that I needed to make the right choices. I came from a broken family. On the day that we met, the love therapy does the singles hour once a month, and I attended that day. And we met, we spoke. He was very kind, he was very gentle. And even after we spoke on that day, his approach on how he did things, in a respectful way, I admired that about him. Besides being a good person, I could see God working through the challenges that he was going through as well, whilst we were engaged. And today we're happily married.
Today, I'm completely different. With the Holy Spirit now, I know who I am before God. He is my reference. He's my father. Yes, I have a good relationship with my dad. He comes to the church now, but the Holy Spirit is the one who has been leading me. He's been teaching me how to be a man, teaching me how to be a husband. We're happily married now. It's been 7 months. We enjoy each other's company. We love serving God together. I help out with the Rod group. We've been just blessed in our love life, blessed in our finances as well. Recently got new jobs as well. So this is all because of what we received from the altar. If it wasn't for the altar, we wouldn't be here. And people can know that with God, their life can change. It doesn't matter if your problems don't relate to people, it does. With God, anything is possible.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
Well, the Love Talk Show is now getting the end. Don't forget, this coming Thursday, we are having the Love Therapy, and you can receive the help that we want to offer you. Many are coming and battling against their obstacles, seeing from a different perspective and being able to overcome as the real life story that we heard. We are going to be here in London, Andrea.
London, Finsbury Park is our headquarters in 232 Seven Sisters Road, London N4 3NX. We are here to counsel you, to have a one-to-one with you if necessary. Myself, Andrea, my husband Peter, but we have a whole team of couples that is ready to counsel you also, and you can also get in touch through telephone 020-7686-6000 is a 24/7 helpline you can get in touch with whenever you are in need of.
Well, may God bless you all. The Love Talk Show will come back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You attend the Love Therapy seminars here in the Cathedral of Miracles. I want to ask you, what was your first impression of the Love Therapy?
For me, before coming, I was thinking, I don't understand why I'm going to come, because I'm not looking for love, I'm not looking for a relationship. But I was understanding that, again, we have different relationships, whether it's through family, friends, things like that. So investing in those relationships before I get into another relationship that God will prepare for me.
Before attending the Love Therapy, did you experience any kind of things in the past or trauma, something that impacted you negatively in your love life? And how did you deal with that upon starting to attend the Love Therapy?
For me, it was within my family. Of course, I grew up with my mum and my dad, and I saw abuse. And I always thought that, okay, if I'm seeing this, then it's normal, because I also saw family members as well. So I thought, this is how relationships are meant to be. There's meant to be shouting, fighting, arguments. But coming to the Love Therapy was understanding that that's not the way it works. It doesn't work like that. And I had to, again, surrender my past and also be humble as well to understand that it doesn't work like that. And if I want a relationship or want to be in a relationship, it's not going to work like that.
And what would you say is the most significant change in your personal development that you've seen by attending the Love Therapy?
For me, is understanding that if I want someone else to change, for example, my sibling, my brother, I need to change first. Again, I can't shout at someone to change if me, myself, I'm not changed. So changing first, and then when that person sees that change, they all want to change as well.
And with the Love Therapy, what would you say has impacted you the most from the teachings? What is something that you live by now that you learned here?
For me, is understanding that, well, putting God first, like we learned today, putting God first. Because if I don't put God first, if I don't respect God, then how can I respect my significant other? How can I respect my family members, my friends? It all starts with God. If I don't do it with God, how can I do it with other people?
By attending the Love Therapy, you've learned a lot of things and you've changed a lot. What would you say now is your standpoint in terms of relationship? How do you see your love life now? What are your prospects?
For me, is understanding that, again, in a relationship, if God is first for both of us, then we're serving God together. If the other person does want to serve, then I can't force you to. But again, if you want to serve God and I want to serve God, let's do it together.
Want to experience the Love Therapy for yourself? Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. at 232 Seven Sisters Road, Finsbury Park. You'll be inspired.
That's a wrap on today's Love Talk Show, where every conversation brings you closer to intelligent love. We'll be back soon with more love, more truth, and more talk. Until next time, keep practicing intelligent love.